All right, well, hunters across the state are gearing up for an exciting weekend. It's the opener for Minnesota's firearms deer season. And if you're heading out, there are a few things you should know. So Todd Froberg, he's the big game coordinator for the Minnesota DNR. He joins us over Zoom this afternoon. Hey, Todd.
Hi, how are you?
I'm great. Thank you so much for joining us. A big weekend for so many people. The number kind of shocked me. Can you tell us what we're expecting in terms of numbers of hunters participating this weekend?
Yeah, so as of yesterday, we're on par for I guess where we've been in previous years, and we're expecting right around 380,000 deer hunters, firearms deer hunters in the state. So quite a few people in the woods this weekend.
Yeah, quite a few to say the least. What are deer populations looking like right now? I was reading a little bit about how the mild winter last year impacted deer populations all across the state.
Yeah, overall it should be. I mean, we had one of our lowest harvest totals, I guess, in the last 25 years. It ranked in the bottom five, so it's relative, but we should have a better deer season, a higher harvest. And in general, deer populations are doing pretty well. I would say that the only caveat with that, or where deer populations are below goal or struggling, is in northern Minnesota, northeastern Minnesota specifically. But the rest of the state is doing pretty well off this historically mild winter.
Okay. Are there any new rules or changes that hunters should know if they're heading out this weekend? I know there's some things with licenses that can get confusing. So I guess what are some of the main things that anyone heading out should know?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, always check the regulations booklet to see what changed in your area. There hasn't been many changes this year, which is a good thing when the regulations booklet is so long. But most importantly, I guess, make sure that people know where, if they are in a CWD zone, that they have to get their deer sampled. It's mandatory sampling on opening weekend, so tomorrow and Sunday. And those station locations are available online, and then also by looking in the booklet.
Got it. Tell me a little bit more about chronic wasting disease and what we know right now. This has been something we've kind of been hearing about the last couple of years in Minnesota. What do we know about CWD and deer?
Yeah, I mean, it's relatively low prevalence in the state of Minnesota. We have kind of one major stronghold or spot or hot spot in the southeastern part of the state where we have a little over 1% prevalence. There's and unfortunately with this disease, there's kind of some radial spread and then new areas popping up, which is unfortunate, but very low prevalence in those areas. So there's several areas in the state where we do have CWD surveillance and or in a management zone where we do have CWD and wild deer.
Got it. All good things to know. What about kids, Todd? Can youth hunt this weekend?
Yeah, absolutely. So the minimum age for Minnesota is 10 years old. So they can buy it's a no fee license from the age of 10 to 12. And then of course it just bumps up to $5 after that. So 10 to 13 years old to 15, I think is a $5 license. But anyway, yes, that license, the youth license is good for this firearms season as well. So that's good for people to know and get those kids out there.
Yeah, could be a whole family affair this weekend and hoping for good weather, not too much rain across Minnesota. What should non-hunters know? For a lot of people who aren't in the hunting scene, this weekend might not seem like a big deal to them, but there are things you should know if they're going to be hundreds of thousands out around the state hunting. I know there's some like recreational riding restrictions if you're out ATVing, or what else should people know? Just what should they be aware of for this opening weekend?
Yeah, I would just say, be cognizant that obviously there are going to be a lot of deer hunters out there. Hunting in general is a pretty safe sport. So I wouldn't fret too much, but I would wear, if you were out with your, walking a dog or anything like that, or even just out walking yourself, I would advocate to put some orange on, blaze orange and or blaze pink, just to make sure that you're visible to everybody else. And that that's kind of what hunters are expecting to see people wear. So that just, of course, would catch their attention. So
yeah, great safety reminder. That's good advice. Thank you, Todd. What did I miss? Anything big that we should know about this weekend or about hunting season moving forward? I mean, with better deer populations, sounds like it could be a more successful season for hunters. What do you say?
Yeah, we should have a slight increase. In general, I think it'll be a good season. I would just, really advocate people just to make sure that they're being safe and having fun. So that's what it's all about. People wait all year for this, and it's a huge weekend, and just enjoy deer camp. So.
Yeah. All right. Todd Froberg with the DNR, thank you so much for your time. We appreciate it, and have a good weekend.